Hello, today is February 1st. It's Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. We are entering the month. I have some words for February. I want to say, so today I'm not going to do one of the readings from the book. I'm going to do an energy check for us as a collective and sort of check to see where we are with our energy flow, our chakras, where we are as we meet this new month. And, today's message on my calendar is as I quiet down and focus on the beautiful things in my life, I open myself up to my own healing powers. And, I appreciate the energy of love I experience in my relationships with others, while remembering that it is far more critical to practice self-love. And so as I learn to love myself more, I learn to love everyone more. And love really flows through me and out into the world. And I watch as it returns to me tenfold. So that's really the energy that I want to lead off and kick off February with for me and for any of you that have joined in to watch my readings as I continue to explore this journey of really, leveling up my own spiritual practice and what that means for me as a person and really, and with that focus in mind of really like leading with love. And so this has been really great just in, there's so many ways so many goals and things that we'll set for ourselves. And I don't know, at least I know for me, it's always hard to put in a self-care practice as something to really ground. I can set goals in other areas, my career, my family, and they're different than how it is that I approach something that's solely for my personal growth, for my benefit, for my for sort of self-actualization and that promotes that self-love. Those practices are a lot harder for me to really stick to. And so that we just finished, I just finished 31 days of doing these readings, and you're here watching is super exciting for me. And it's just really affirming and all of it. So I'm really excited, and I will do the reading of the book today. I'm going to do tomorrow. It's not really, there's a reason why it's on February 1st, but it's a lengthier reading. It's going to be a really fun one that you can do at home. But for today, I'm going to pull a card for each chakra and do just an energy check to see where we are as we start this month. What kinds of intentions should we set out? Where do we need some clearing? Where do we need some energy so that we can start this month off in the best way possible and really set some intentions for this new moon this week, and to really use not only the month of February, but use that energy and the new moon energy. And also thinking about some cool dates that we're going to have this month. We're going to have February 2nd, it'll be a 2/2/2022, and then February 22nd will be a 2/2/2022. All of that 2 energy is really it's really important now. And as we get to those dates, I'll share more information about those dates and why they're really great energy, like really great vehicles for energy, calling in energy and calling in our desires and to really manifest. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for each of the chakras, and then I'll read the message all together and see where we are as a collective, where it is that we need some clearing, or maybe we don't, because we've just been so great this month that we, let's see what we need. And so I have some water here. I like to keep water and light, try to have as many of the elements present when I channel messages for us here. Okay. So here is what we have today. So under the root chakra, we have the 9 of Wands. So it's really good energy. It's really, talking about, it really symbolizes that you're very protective of your energy right now. And that can be really good. It can also be a little off-putting. So we want to protect our energy in in a way that's more fluid and seamless than us setting up structures around it, right? So with the Nine of Wands energy, it's good that we've been taking some steps here. It definitely shows that you've been working towards really protecting your energy, but in a way that's also left you vulnerable to thinking that you need to protect it from something in particular. So maybe you have felt that your energy is being attacked, or maybe you know that it has been. So if that speaks true to you, then definitely it's time to ground and do some clearing of your root chakra. If you feel that you have been doing the work and you have been clearing, and so but maybe you're feeling a little extra just anxious about it, then you need to work on that. So really in the root, it's the energy is there. It just needs to be redirected to ground yourself, but not in a coming from fear or protect. Like there's grounding for protection, generally speaking, and then there's I'm fearful that someone's going to attack me, or and again, it can be very real. There is a message here that for some of you, you can feel that you're having your energy attacked by outside forces coming in, right? Like negative entities. And so you definitely want to protect your energy, and it begins at the root, right? So that we can, I'll go ahead and link the Kundalini spread so you can revisit how it is that you can check in with with your chakras with very specific questions. So, but for right now, it starts at the root, and you really want to clear that energy to be able to have it flow. And it can't flow if it's being protected from a place of fear and anxiousness. And then for some, it's just talking about like you've done the work, and so you're good. Like you don't have to sort of mind the fort so much. Like you are protected. So it's a dual message. For some, it is that you're feeling attacked, you need to protect, and you start by grounding your root chakra. For others, it's you've done the work really well, so maybe it's time to ease up, because it's also not going to flow if you're just overdoing the grounding of your root chakra to protect your your foundation. If you start to sort of exaggerate that feeling, then it isn't natural and it isn't flowing. For the sacral chakra, we have the Lovers, which is beautiful energy. I mean, our sacral is all about that that passionate feeling where we have like between our, it really is that womb center of love and creation for us, for all of us, that pelvic seat of where creation begins. And so to have this Lovers card really signifies a very openness, a very clear sacral chakra right now that's really fertile for creating and giving life to those ideas that you have, brewing inside. And so you're in a really great place this month. And, February is the month of love, and friendships and self-love. And so really starting at that pelvic seat where creation really takes seat in, with this Lovers energy, it really is speaking to that readiness, and that something is ready to bloom and blossom from within. So whatever you've been thinking about, or like that essence of what's been brewing inside, it's time for you to put that pen to paper and write it out, like speak it out loud, really take ownership, because this energy isn't fleeing. This is very steady, long-term energy. So you really have done your work here on your sacral chakra. And so it's time to let these seeds that you have planted really take root and grow and blossom into what you've been imagining, and really from a place of love, a really centered place of love in your sacral chakra. So definitely use the beginning of this month to reassess what are those desires and those dreams that you've had brewing within, and start mapping those out. Like really set intentions for them. Use this new moon energy and this new month's energy to really put words to those desires that you have, because you have the energy and the essence to really see them take seed and to grow. And so this is really beautiful. And I think by clearing this space up, it's not going to take, this is this clearing is going to be quick. This energy has really taken seat, which is beautiful. Now for your solar plexus, we have the King of Pentacles. It's amazing. That's a great, like, imagine the solar plexus as like how you're, like when they say you are, like what you eat, or, how do you maintain your inner workings, like everything that you put in through your mouth, it goes into a whole digestive process, and that's how you nourish, like physically, your body. So to have the King of Pentacles here as representative of your solar plexus really indicates this very earth center, this very grounded energy in your solar plexus, and it's abundant. So it's like you're nourishing yourself from the inside out in very abundant, pleasurable, very nutritious, great ways for you. So you're feeding yourself in all the best ways that's then manifesting. So if, when your system is functioning really well from the inside, you're not lethargic, you're not anxious, you're not feeling any of these negative feelings that can flow and clog us up. And a lot of times that starts when we're in this earth energy. It really then starts from a place of how we take care of ourselves, that self care. Like, how are we, making the best choices for us, not just in nourishment, but in lifestyle. And the King of Pentacles is that ultimate energy of earth energy that's got all of the things that he needs to not just serve. He's not a survivor, right? He's a thriver. And so that really indicates that your solar plexus, like that center of your, your belly, where all of the functions of what you eat and what goes out and how it all, what your body takes what it needs, being in this energy is that abundant, very secure, very sure, very committed, loyal energy to yourself. And so what has manifested then is this really great operating system that is functioning on this earth plane very well, very abundant, seated there like nothing to worry about. And it makes total sense with this Lover's card in the sacral. And like I said, this Nine of Wands energy is going to be cleared really quickly. You just need to realize that you've done all this work. And so, I'll jump ahead here to the Sun is in your heart space. So you've done all this great work, and I see just a couple of areas that need clearing, and I think it's going to be really easy to see why and then how to quickly shift that energy. So the Sun here at the core, at the center from your heart space, you have the Sun, like the most magical, happiest card, right? In the whole major arcana in the deck. And so that is a clear indicator that you are functioning from your center. You're not, you've definitely, this last month, as I'm doing this as a monthly check-in. So this last month, you started out the year with some really clear intentions. And those intentions were to ground and to really set your Kundalini free so you can have this really wonderful, like really delicious flow of energy through your system. And that in achieving that will get you on the track to really seeing all of your dreams and desires come to fruition. So you really have taken heart in how do you accomplish that? Well, you took seat in your heart, and that's really what everybody's sort of intention and goal should be, so that we're always starting from our center and finding that balance of our heart space. And you've done that, and how you've achieved that really has been to clear and work with your sacral and your solar plexus to really bridge and combine that all of the emotion in a way that's not controlling, but that it's accepting and aware. So you're very aware of how your emotions flow through you. And that's how you've been able to then take seat in your solar plexus with this King of Pentacles energy. And in a very sure and abundant way, make those pragmatic choices to eat well, but also indulge in the things that you like, but in very balanced ways that keep you very, they keep everything in regulation, right? And then with this lovers at the sacral, again, like really seating in your space, in your pelvic bowl in a way that is really driven by this love energy to then create what is your desire. And it's just like this beautiful, it's like this very vulnerable look at yourself. Just, you know, they're standing here naked in front of each other, and they're just, it's just happy. There's nothing in this vulnerability, in this position of vulnerability. There's nothing to that would shame that, or make anything doubt or fear. None of those energies are here. And so you get to create from that place, which is purely sunshine. You know, pure sunshine is really funneling through this. Like I said, now it makes more sense, this Nine of Pentacles, because when you're vibing in this space so powerfully, of course, at the base, there can be a little, you start to get a little bit of doubt and hesitation, like, uh-oh, this is really great. Like, I need to really protect it. You don't want to overdo that to where this can start getting a little unsettled, right? And so in our throat chakra space here, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is, again, these are two very grounded energies in these really significant, I mean, all the chakras work together, but in our throat chakra, imagine this is your voice. This is where you speak these desires into fruition. This is where you speak the love that you have and that you want to spread like sunshine to everybody. This is where you take seat, you know, all of that comes to be through your voice, through how you express, you know, these feelings, how you express that. If you're feeling like something's attacking or going to destabilize that, why do you feel extra protected? Like, how is that information coming in that's unsettling this? And this Nine of Pentacles is an indicator that through your throat chakra, you're very slow and steady, right? You're not just going to speak impulsively or speak insensitively. You're not going to also romanticize your words or speak, overly nostalgic. No, your words are very, they're loyal. Your words have commitment to them. Your words have depth to them, and you take your time. Maybe it takes you a little longer to express everything or put everything into words, and that could really be, even for yourself as you're going through this, it can be overwhelming. So that's why you get protective here of your root chakra. But here in your throat, the way you express yourself really has come together nicely for you in a way that you can feel really good about when you speak. You again, you're jumping off of this heart center. So when you speak, your words have meaning to them, and you're not flippant about your words. In any scenario, you take your time. It's not that you're overthinking the words you're going to say, but you're coming from a very a very grounded position where it's not that you're overthinking or not thinking enough. It's just a very balanced way of speaking and expressing yourself that takes into account all facets and all people involved. And so then your words are really they're very expressive and very true to who you are. So your words are authentic to you, and they're really coming from this heart space and a very grounded energy, and they're 100% like aware and authentic to who you are. Now, in the third eye, you have this Nine of Swords. This can be anxious energy, that keeps you up at night. So and then I'll just end it really quickly here to say, then in the crown chakra, you have the 2 of Wands. So with this 9 of Wands here, this 9 of Swords in the third eye, and this 2 of Wands at the crown, here's what's happening with this really phenomenal, very clear energy. So your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, and your throat chakra are very clear. And so everything is moving here, but there's a little congestion here at the root and at the third eye. And so what is being told here through the crown, though, is that these energies are really yours to manipulate and clear out if you choose to. So what's happening in the third eye is that overthinking. It's overthinking that's keeping you up at night. And our third eye, and I believe I said this when I did the Kundalini spread, and that is that sometimes when you go into each of the chakras, there is a temptation to want to start at the third eye. If I can open that third eye, I can see, I can see my truth. I can see what's hidden. I can see that which lies in the ether for me to see. Like who doesn't want to have that bird's eye view into what's possible out there and what's at our reach that we don't see. But if we go right to this without having clarity in all of our chakras, so that the energy flows fluidly and continual without any congestion along the way or blockages that will hinder that, then the messages here can be really disruptive because they're not going to be clear. They're going to be too many, too muddled, and there's no true definition to them, and that can be hard to then discern for ourselves what these messages are or what they mean. Am I getting a vision? Is this dream? Is it lucid? Isn't it? How am I supposed to interpret what's going on? And that can get very heavy and very overwhelming. So what the crown chakra is telling us is that we have that choice always that we make. So any of these readings, anything is not set in stone. We still have free will to decide for ourselves. And your crown chakra is open to receive. You're open to receive any message, and you're connected to spirit in a very clear way to receive those communications. And on the other side of that is that while you can receive and while you're open and you have that channel clear, you also have that other side of the coin, which is the doubtful, I'm not too sure if this is the message I'm receiving. Is it, we always have that, at the end of the day, as much as I like to believe that we are more than binary, right, wrong, left, right sort of scenarios, and that we're more than the black and white, and that we're more complex, and we live in that gray space that is nebulous and we can't pin down. Like that's that my left brain tells me that, and then my right brain is like, well, wait a minute though. Is it, aren't things really cut and dry, and can't we make those decisions? And that's what's occurring here. So this message is, there's been some work. You've done the work. You've done the clearing. You've changed some patterns in your life. You've made lifestyle changes. You've started different practices to really self-love and really self-care and to bring forward. And you're seeing that in certain areas of your life, how you're speaking, how you're able to see, come from your heart center, find that balance. Maybe when you're meditating, when you're journaling, in different scenarios, you're finding that balance and that pure sunshine that comes through when you achieve those moments of clarity through meditation. Your solar plexus are clear and they're abundant. You're producing these great ideas that are just really seated in love and creativity and passion, and that's happening. And then what's occurring is that you get into this third eye space, and there's some anxiousness. Maybe you're not clear on discerning some of the messages you're getting, or you're self-doubting yourself that this is real and is happening. And so then what's occurring is that when you get here to the crown to see what's really coming in from spirit down to inform and to really align and guide your chakra energy, what happens is that you're being met with the decision. Which side do I what side do I believe? What side do I want to take? What, which one is it? And at your center, that there is no wrong, that either side is going to produce something great and magnificent for you, because we're not brought to this earth to suffer and have bad experiences, right? We're here to learn from our life experiences, but it's not meant to be negative, or spirit doesn't want that for us. So you understand that at the core. And so, but when you're facing that, that sort of taking in of the energy of the message to align, there's and it's a pip card, right? So there's the energy it can be shifted quickly. You just need to make the decision, because where it's being affected the most is at this root where you're becoming overly protected of it. Like I said, it really feels that way, like overly protected, because you recognize this energy and it's so great. You want more, you want to stay in here. And so it's becoming a little like paranoid and obsessive about making sure that the root is great, or that you're doing all the steps because you don't want to get out of this space. But it's starting to cloud your third eye, and then it's starting to make, instead of having the one choice come through very secure and very authentic to you, which is where you're coming from, what's happening is that you're remembering these two, that there are always other sides and other options, and that's making it a little tricky. Now, I'm getting, for one of you, maybe two people, this may not be the message. I'm really getting that it's not the more general message, but a very, like I said, maybe one person's message is that you are having your energy attacked, and it is coming in through your dreams. So in that sort of fifth dimension of the dream world, you may be having these nightmares that are coming in and attacking your root chakra. And so through the crown, we see the real possibility that on earth, as they're holding the world in their hands, you can have these negative entities. So for one of you, that is the message. And so it is coming in that in the earth realm, through your dream, someone's communicating something that they're trying to attack in your root. So I would suggest doing some clear meditations to ward off negative entities attacking your dream state and affecting your foundation, like your real earth sort of grounding foundation here. So I would definitely suggest that. But it's really a one-off message here. The general message is to work on remembering this balance. You're already at the sun in the heart, so you can continue your practice the way you've developed it, the lifestyle changes that you've made that are really blossoming and coming to fruition in very positive, affirming ways of your awareness. And so you can let up a little here, because you're good. You're this King of Pentacles. You're this Knight of Pentacles. You're the Sun. You're the Lovers. And so you're really good here. Remember that and let that balance through, so that you can get clear and get back to rest, get back to taking in the messages and knowing that there'll be multiple messages. Life is about choices and opportunities and more discovery and more creation, and that shouldn't keep you up at night. You have all of the cards are pointing towards you being able to discern what messages are coming through your third eye. And so you do need to work on that chakra, but not to open it up more, but work on how to funnel that energy and how to discern the messages so that they don't overwhelm you. And you have that ability because you are being offered the world and anything that you want from spirit through your crown. So really here it's about not overwhelming yourself with wanting to open it more and more and more, and then not wanting to, but beginning to discern. And I think this energy here, this Knight of Pentacles, and how your throat chakra is cleared and how it's functioning, and how the Knight is facing towards this this Nine of Swords energy, I would really take take the message from this Knight of Pentacles to take this offer to maybe back off a little on the third eye opening, and instead keep the energy more, keep it grounded, to this earth space, to portals at a time, and easing up, because it can also be, like I said, when this is flowing so great, like, why not? Like, I want to see everything that I can, and how can I get there? And then you see this little congestion here, and this little sort of off balance here, off alignment. And so I do think that, but for both of these cards, they're pip cards, and so the energy will, they're nines. So you're almost at the end of whatever this message is, this lesson is that you're in the middle of, you're at the end of that. So the next step is fully clearing those to open up more of this energy that's already flowing through you. I think it's a great message, especially as you're starting off this month. And like I said, with this new moon energy this week and the new month starting, it really a good opportunity to clear those areas out to whichever message most resonated to you, and you'll know that. And so that is what I've got. I'm super excited to start another month here, and see what other messages we bring forward, and staying on, see if I can do this for another month. I'm going to take it 1 month at a time. I'm taking it one day at a time, and so we'll see, but I'm happy to be here. So I will see you again tomorrow, February 2nd.